Hello everyone, it's Ethan from the Orlando Tours. Today is Saturday, July 15th. We're here a little after 6 o'clock, pulling up to Universal Orlando for the third day in a row. And today we heard this morning they started soft opening for the new VillainCon Minion Blast attraction, which is not officially open yet, but it's part of the Minion Land. We've been waiting, covering construction updates for this, so I'm really excited to check it out. I just got off of work, so we're here a little later. Everyone's pretty much rode it earlier today, but we're checking it out now. Hopefully it's not that crowded. It looks very rainy, so hopefully that'll get a lot of people out of the park. And yeah, we were here on Thursday for the Stranger Things Halloween Horror Night announcement. I'm gonna have that video already posted on my channel. Yesterday we were here covering an update. That video is not gonna be posted yet. A lot of stuff is posting out of order. This video will be uploaded right away. Let's head into the park. As you can see, it's raining in City Walk. We're about to head to studios. We're just waiting out the rain a little bit. We're under the bridge cover, but yeah, it just started pouring. It's raining. We're almost under the arch. Kind of working our way up slowly, but the camera's getting wet. So we're in the park now. Just made it in. Still raining. I'm trying to cover the camera with my hand, but the new Minion Land is awesome. We're heading into the attraction. Luckily, it's an indoor attraction, so that's awesome. I feel like it's gonna be a long wait though. It says it's a 40-minute wait, so we're gonna hop in line now. Heard it's cold in here, hopefully the AC won't be too strong. And it's in technical rehearsal, so there might be a couple issues with the ride. This is the exterior queue. We just got in. I know we're allowed to film in the exterior queue. We're gonna see if we can film in the interior queue. We cannot film a POV of the actual attraction though. Keep that in mind.
Directions to the nearest designated smoking area. Please skip your top team member.
I have a question. Am I allowed to take photos or videos in the queue inside? Inside the queue? Thank you. So we're allowed to get photos inside the queue. This is the same queue that they had for Shrek. Right there? Yeah, looks like that's the entrance right over there.
Here's the original.
So we're allowed to film inside the queue. So we got word from the team member right in front of us over there as we pass by them. We have our little pre-show, just like we did in Shrek. And it's got really good quality TVs as well. There's an exterior queue as well with the lights over there. And since the whole point of VillainCon is that we're entering a convention, it's like these are the convention schedules, the guest speakers. I like the theming here. The music's cool too. The music sounds fun. They're dressed up as Universal Monsters there as well. And we got trivia going. We're heading right into the queue. That's the extended queue down there. Fence. It looks really neat. Looks like the queue goes a little wrapped around, but we should be entering from the back, I guess. They play some fun music in the queue. It's like based on the time period as well. We got some posters on the wall as well. We have another poster in the external queue, and we have another one here about the gum we're going to be using. This hallway is sort of tight, but it's got enough room to wait in. The music in the queue is similar to what they have in the gift shop as well. Here's the blaster that we're going to be using in the attraction. And we're now heading in. More queuing over here. It really goes down. They're actually showing off the blaster.
5D technology to give you 5 times the damage. Waterproof, fireproof, and laserproof. Fingerprint resistant coating so you never get caught. Holds up to 10,000 rounds and 10,000 songs.
You have to reload
The Eliminator X. From rotten, evil to the core.
Everyone who's anyone from anywhen is here inside VillainCon. But the question on every baddie's lips is who will be the new member of the Vicious Six? Bribes, kickbacks, villains will do whatever it takes to get the gig. Luckily, here at VNC, we've obtained an exclusive message from the V6 themselves. Let's take a look.
Attention, evil doers. The Vicious Six is giving you a chance. Can you dig it?
Unbelievable! You lucky snips have the chance to compete and become the newest member of the Vicious Six! Oh, I want to be you! And you get one of these, an Eliminator X from Rotten. They're sold out everywhere, but the V6 has them. Blast everything in sight to score points and win the challenge. All right, let's go live to the floor and see how the attendees are reacting.
Me? Join a villain group? I don't do the whole ensemble thing. What? I didn't realize it was the Vicious Six. Forget everything I said. I want him.
Going into the queue.
Additional screening required. Make your best villain face.
Breaking news about the Vicious Six challenge. Power-ups. Yeah, power-ups will be spread.
This looks like you're actually in a convention room. It's really cool. There's a lot to look at here. And the AC is amazing in here. We even have the Eliminator X right over here as well. There's a lot of photos I want to get in here. I could spend a whole bunch of time in this room. Here's a convention floor map here for the VillainCon. This looks like stuff from the dungeon room. The axe is over there too. We got this cool crocodile guy over here. He's cool. That screen's really nice as well. But it really feels like we're in the convention right now. I really like this. We're heading into the next room now. We're almost to the point where we can't take any more photos, but for now we're just gonna take photos. And this is where we pick up our blaster. It's a moving conveyor belt where you pick up your blaster. So this blaster with a blue gun you can grab. Blue light, we can pick up the blaster.
The app isn't ready, so you can't even use it.
Okay, good to know. We have our blaster. It's kind of heavy. There's 2 triggers, but we're going through this door. Once we pass through here, we cannot film. So we're gonna head in now. We just got our score here. It was 930. It's a little blurry, but I got a photo of it. That's pretty good. And we gotta drop off the blasters now. Now we're now heading out, and we have the Hall of Fame thing here. For the first run, I think I did pretty good, and we have the new blasters you can actually get in the gift shop. Unfortunately, we cannot connect the app yet, but if you connect the app, you can record your score. So we have 900,000. I'd say that's pretty good compared to all of those top 30 scores of the day. So we just got out of the Minion Blast. We were able to show as much as we can in the queue. That was a really fun time. At first, it felt weird because it's just screens and stuff, but there's really cool physical sets. The sets go really tall up too. They're really big. And then in addition to that, the last scene kind of blew me away. I'm not going to give a spoiler yet. We'll keep spoilers to the end of the video. But honestly, that was a really fun time. And I didn't expect the last scene to be what it was. That was really cool. I'm going to go back in. We got 900,000. We almost maxed out like a normal Minion Blast score. You can't actually max out on this rod. I have a feeling round 2 I'm not going to do as well. But we're going to go back through it again. See if we can see more things that we missed. But that was super fun. We're going back through again. We're going to give a better review after we do it again. We're going to give our full review later because I want to talk about a lot of the different details as well. This is my score in the last run through if the camera will focus. That right there is a username it gives me since we don't have it connected to the app. Once I connect it to the Universal Orlando app, my actual name will be there. And that's my score I got, which is, I've used a lot of the digits here. So I think that's a pretty decent score. But on the ride, it will show you power-ups. And here we have a cute video. It actually shows you, kind of a little spoiler, but it shows you kind of what's in the ride. There's a couple scenes there. That's kind of what the characters in the gift shop are dressed as, the other villains. I love the theming on the wall and the exterior queue. We have these cool V shapes that are like actually sticking out the wall, and I really like all this detail. Painted wall here. I want to get more footage on the convention floor when we first walk in the queue because that looks really cool, all the theming in there. And we have footage of the blasters here. And it did show a little bit of POV of the ride, so we're going to see if we can get footage of that as well. Because we can't film on the ride, but this will be the closest we can get. It shows yet how you get the blasters and stuff. They go on the conveyor. The safety video is going to show us our sneak peek inside the attraction. So it's going to kind of spoil some of the scenes. We're about to enter the main queue room again. We got video the first time. We're gonna show it again before we unload, but the wait time's going really quick right now. And we have the queue video, of course, as well. I love this queue. We're about to enter. We cannot film anymore, but we're about to go in. The second time I got about 837,000. Not as good as the first time, but still really fun. Caught a couple different details, and it says it's an hour wait, but it's definitely not. The line's about the same as where we just saw it just now. So right now we've ridden the ride twice, and we didn't wait long at all because it's got good capacity. It's a moving walkway. It continues to move throughout the day, so it won't really stop moving unless there's an issue with the ride, but also the conveyor belt where you grab your weapon from. It does run out of guns sometimes, and they have safety features on the conveyor belt. So once in a while, it does stop for that. But other than that, it's constantly moving. We've seen the Q pre-show videos, and it looks really cool. It does tell you how to use your gun in the video. There's two triggers. The main easy trigger to grab is your standard shooting trigger, and your second trigger is for power-ups. Now, on the second try, we actually did worse with our score. But there's still a lot of stuff I'm trying to learn with this attraction. Apparently it's possible to max out from what I'm hearing. Some people originally said it wasn't, but it actually is. So it's gonna be really fun to keep trying this. Right now we're actually gonna go ride Minion Blast, and then we're gonna come back to VillainCon. VillainCon's supposed to close at 9, so it's gonna be open until the end of the park day. And sorry to interrupt, but right now we have a lot of scare zone construction going on for Halloween Horror Nights. We have the lightings up here on the top of the building. We have our Stranger Things announcement that we just had. I already bought my Frequent Fear Pass. This is just 2 days ago. So we're gonna have that video up right after this one on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you give that a watch. It'll be uploaded like the day after I upload this. So if you're interested in Horror Nights construction, we have a lot going on with the scare zones. That's in my videos. Here's the Vecna, Stranger Things. But yeah, we're gonna keep walking. We're gonna head to Minion Blast. We'll be back over at VillainCon. So for now, right now, I'm gonna try to keep this spoiler free. But there's a lot of scenes. I think there's 9 rooms they said in the attraction for VillainCon, and they're very different from each other. They feature a different villain. And at the end, the last scene kind of features a lot of the same different villains, but in the same scene. So that's really cool. And there's a lot of cool the scenery in the last scene, the visuals are I don't want to give a spoiler, but it's really unique. I did not expect that to be the last scene. There's a lot, the sets are really tall. They use physical mixed with the screen elements, and basically you have your blaster and you shoot the screen, and it has a circle on the screen, like a dot, and that's how you know where your pointer is. Make sure you find out where that is in the first room, what color it is, and then that's how you can keep track with that. And the moving walkway is compatible for, you know, you stand up. Guns are slightly heavy. It's definitely a workout with the trigger for my fingers. I know I'm giving a lot of information at once, but you have to stand on your dot to keep earning points. If you step off the moving walkway, off your little circle, you won't earn any points for the time being. But yeah, so anyways, some other cool details is there's power-ups you have to shoot, like boxes. And I don't know if you can actually run out of ammo, but I think that's how you get your special power-ups. If you look on the screen with your points, that's how you know if you've shot something. If you shoot a coin, it makes like a little money sound. I don't know if I get more points or less by doing that. But I do know that the different power-ups change throughout the room. So sometimes I get a banana one, sometimes I get a like a green shockwave looking power-up or an explosive. And I think they'll change the power-ups too. So like later in the year, during Thanksgiving, they have a turkey leg power-up. As we're heading to Minion Blast, we do have actual lights on these trusses in Central Park, and of course wires above the trees. This is really exciting. I don't know why the ones in the front of the queue and that other truss were rotating lights. It's like what they had in the weekend queue last year, but I'm excited to see. I don't know why they'll be rotating, but hopefully some good lighting this year in the zones. So my thoughts about VillainCon. Right now we're gonna ride Minion Blast, so we're gonna do a direct comparison of the two. Minion Blast is one of my favorite attractions, so it's really hard to, it's literally my favorite attraction in this park. So it's gonna be hard to really outdo Minion Blast. And I think Minion Blast is still gonna be my favorite compared to VillainCon, unless I ride it more, but I need to figure out how to max out on VillainCon, because it's possible. I can max out on Minion Blast. Check out my guide if you want to learn how to do that. We've done it about 43 times so far. That's when you hit the highest score possible. We did it yesterday too. But VillainCon's super fun. Like it says in the title of the attraction, it is a blast. But yeah, I love all the Easter eggs throughout. Like in the pre-show, it shows the Minions dressed as the Universal Monsters, so I thought that was really fun. And there's a lot of details in the queue before you enter the actual building. I think the technology is really innovative as well. A lot of people online have been complaining about the guns being kind of heavy, and it's not too heavy. It does weigh a few pounds, and it's more of a workout for my fingers when you shoot the trigger. That's the part, like, that's why I'm taking a break and going to Minion Blast, because it's a workout. But honestly, if you're a little kid, the gun could be a little heavy to hold, but overall, you're going to be so focused on the actual sets that it's going to be, your mind's not going to be really thinking about how heavy the gun is. It's really fun though. And yeah, there's a lot of chaotic motion going on. A lot of people have been saying the ride's kind of glitchy. I haven't noticed any glitches, although it is in a soft opening period right now, so the ride is going to be having glitches. It's going to go down. It's going to have different issues right now. That's to be expected. That's nothing new. Going into VillainCon, I had mixed expectations because people really enjoyed the attraction. A lot of people didn't like the attraction from what I heard before going into it. But personally, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. If you're expecting it to be like Velocicoaster, it's not thrilling, it's just a really fun time. It's a fun experience. So that's why I go in expecting it. So like I said, Minion Blast's a classic to me, one of my favorite attractions. We gotta start with this, we gotta compare the two overall. So we did not max out today at Minion Blast. Only normal line was open, no single riders, but basically Minion Blast has a lot of physical sets and a lot of cool animatronics that Minion Blast does lack of, but you're also confined to a ride vehicle where you can't move around with your gun. You have a lot of freedom with your movement in Minion Blast. So it's something different, it's a whole different experience. They are kind of hard to compare, but both of them are very fun. I like them both pretty much equally. Minion Blast is one of my favorite rides. I hit it every time I'm at the park. I'm probably gonna hit Minion Blast almost every time I'm here. Something I like about Minion Blast is that the team member who is letting us go onto the conveyor was pulsing us from our party. So if we have a party of 2 and there's a party of 3 in front of me, we have a little space in between us, because you are kind of standing close to the person in front of you, not that close, but it's nice that they do pulse out, give you space between your group. in the next group, and I really like that. And they also have a disability thing. It's I mean, wheelchairs can go on the conveyor, I'm pretty sure, but the I saw someone wearing a cast on their arm, and they gave them a special gun where that they can use it even though they have a cast on their other arm. So I really like that it's very accommodating, the new attraction. And Minion Blast is also accommodating. They don't have a solution for the cast with the arm, but if you have a wheelchair, they do have a special wheelchair seat. So that's something to keep in mind between the two attractions. With about 30 minutes until park close, we are heading over back to Minion Blast, getting in line again, probably for our third and final ride. If we don't get our third one, well, we could but possibly get 4 depending on how the line moves, but I have a feeling the third ride is going to be our last. As you can see, we're heading back into Minion Land. Gotta get a ride on Minion Blast again because it's so fun. So addicting. I know a lot of people have been doing it all day. It says 45 minutes. I don't think it'll even be that long. There's not many people outside the line. We're just gonna head right in. This is a walk-on. We might be able to do it like 2 more times. Oh yeah, we're heading right into the queue. It's a little noisy in the exterior queue, but it's not too bad. We'll give a review at the end again, but I like how these lights are really working nice at night. But here's a little warning sign as well before we head further into the queue again. Definitely looks like the line's taking a little bit longer this time, but it's still really fun. We're waiting. We're gonna definitely ride it a third time here. It talks about using the universal app to connect to the gun. I know. The pre-show plays again right here. We have all these little details here in the queue. This is our third time now in the queue. It's so fun. Like it says here, we will not be filming the attraction. I know some people have though. We got the themed villain con trash cans inside the attraction, just like they're outside as well. We're about to get our weapons in the next room. And we're about to grab our blaster again. Make sure it has a blue light when you grab the blaster. As we're exiting the attraction for the final time, the attraction's closed for the night, but I don't see any signage on the building right now. And the attraction now says closed. But I guess it doesn't light up at night with the signage, but this attraction's a must-do when you're here. So on the way out, we were talking to a team member that works at the attraction, getting a lot more information. There's one of them outside the attraction. Basically the app, once it goes live, it's gonna really change the gameplay. You could probably preset your blaster. You can also start off your game in different ways, depending on how you modify it. You can, there's coins in the ride, and depending on how you collect them, you can complete missions with the coins, and you can do different things with those. They don't give you as many points, but pretty much anything on the screen will give you points that you shoot. So keep an eye out in the different scenes for that. But there's a lot of potential with this app, how it's going to affect gameplay. I can eventually see it being pay to win at some point, but at the same time, I got a really high score right now without buying anything. So it's possible to get pretty high scores as well. So when you're blasting targets in the attraction, there's different cubes you can shoot. And the cubes have different like logos, symbols. They're like a fire one, there's an ice one, there's like I think a grass looking one. It's like green. They have like 3 or 4 of them. And that's your primary main trigger. You cannot hold the trigger down like Men in Black. You have to keep blasting it, so it's definitely a workout for the fingers. But every time you hit a cube, that changes what your main fire is. So it's something to keep in mind. I'm gonna definitely experiment with this ride, give more feedback for you guys, try to figure out how to max out on this attraction. I'm now determined, so stay tuned for that. But basically, depending on what you shoot, like I might do a few rounds where I test out just one cube, one like element. So I might try the fire one, all match. I might try the ice one, all match, see if it affects my score. Because I'm really interested to see how that affects your gameplay. Stuff like that. And then each room you have a limited amount of power-ups. You have like 9 of them, but you can actually, there's a few cubes that can reload your power-ups. So I saw that in the finale room. If you get that, you reload them, and that's in some of the other rooms. Shoot the coins, it gives you points, but it's also more for challenges. That's gonna be more implemented with the app. And this is all technical rehearsal, so the way they can do point values, and certain objects, some of the gameplay can change from here and there. If you go to the park, the attraction might not be open one day when you're visiting, just depending if it runs into an issue, stuff like that. It's in a technical rehearsal phase, so it's not guaranteed to open until it's officially open. But so you want to stay tuned to the Universal social media pages to hear when that will happen as well. Now we're getting into a little bit of the spoiler type review that I have to talk about. So with the attraction, you're entering the Villain Con, which is straight from the movie. In the pre-show, not pre-show, there's no pre-show, but in the queue videos, they have scenes from the movies. I think the theming's really good in the attraction. We showed you the whole queue already, but the actual attraction itself, when you enter, the first scene, when I first started, I'm like, this game, it feels kind of cheesy, but as it went on, as it changed different sets, I actually enjoyed the attraction more and more and more, and it was really fun. But yeah, so the first room, it kind of starts you off, I don't remember exactly what the first room is, but eventually goes into a house with like a chandelier on top, and at different points in the attraction, you go underwater, and there's a different villain in each room, and there's a lot of different objects. Some of the screens up above, the sets are really tall. They have mini screens with like posters on the wall, or maybe like just the thing with like a can, and you shoot it, and I shot the glowing objects, and that gives me different amounts of points as well. Make sure to keep an eye on your gun to see how many points you're getting as well. But yeah, all the rooms themselves were really fun. They're really immersive. There's a couple physical objects, physical sets. The only physical sets that will give you points are the cubes that they have in front of the screens. They will give you points, and they'll change your item element as well. So that's cool. But yeah, you can attack the robots. There's one scene where the screens are on both sides of you. Most of them are on the right or the left. And then in the final scene, they also have, basically, I'm gonna spoil it right here. I gave you the spoiler warning, but it has the Universal Lighthouse for Islands of Adventure, the arches, and Volcano Bay, and then the big villains pop up and they switch out, and you can shoot them and attack them and get different points. It's a really fun time. While talking to the team members, they gave me some tips about some high point targets. Like I said, the only physical sets you can shoot that will give you points are the giant cubes. They will change your fire ammo, but they give you points. And the bubbles, the disco scene gives you the most points out of the ride. And I think there's bubbles in that scene, or the underwater scene, where there's big, then medium, then small. If you attack all the bubbles, you get more points in that scene as well. There is a lot going on in Minion Blast. It's very chaotic. We're gonna have to keep riding it more and more, because you see more and more each time you ride it. So we'll be able to get more info about how you score different points based on, I mean, we only have 3 rides, so we gotta do it more and more. But definitely come and check it out. I think it's really fun. I would say I give it like an 8 out of 10, I'd say. And they're still working out issues with it, so, but between the queue theming and everything, and the whole experience as a whole, I think 8 out of 10, or 8.5 out of 10 is pretty fair. But we are gonna be posting a bunch of photos and stuff on my social media pages. It's gonna be on Instagram, Twitter, and everything, and the new Threads platform. Twitter, I'm gonna be doing a full in-depth review, a full thread of the Minion Land as well. Minion Land, between the Minions Cafe, we made our group that we went with, we ordered everything on the menu. We tried every single food item. The only drawback about the Minion Cafe is that there's a lot of issues when it comes to allergies. We filmed a whole video on that. That's already live on the channel. So check that one out. We did the whole meet and greet, the illumination. We met some of the people from Sing. We've checked out everything in Minion Land. It's a blast, and I really love the new land that Universal added to the park. But once again, we're gonna give our full review on my social media pages, so you also wanna stay tuned for that as well, because I tend to post YouTube videos kind of late for the most part, and my social media gets the most up-to-date information. My social media pages are in the description, but it's also on Twitter at Ethan Hershaft, on Instagram at Ethan Hershaft, and at Florida Theme Park Pics, on TikTok at Ethan Hershaft, and the new Instagram version of Twitter, which is called Threads, we have that as well. That's Ethan Hershaft. So definitely make sure you guys follow on whichever platforms. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.